Hey friend, how you doing? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We are checking in for your energies, Pisces. Sun, Moon, and Rising will be the most dominant. I've already cleared the deck and split it. Let's just get going. If you haven't already and you want to connect in, I do have a new channel that's launching this week on YouTube that provides subliminals. So it really helps us get connected into our subconscious, reprogram, rewire with really amazing, I guess, belief systems to support our life moving forward. So I know you might journal, meditate, do a whole bunch of things. This can be a really potent, supportive energy. Whether you're going to sleep, whether you want to listen to it during the day, there's going to be some funky beats for daytime, nighttime beats for sleep time. But if you want to get connected to it, it's called Expand and Elevate. It's also, I think, the first link below. And then we have our mini reads I am releasing this week. It's a 3-card spread. You have one question. It's only $22, guys. So get on it while you can. I don't think I've ever offered anything of that nature for a reading. So if you want to jump in, we've already had a bunch of people submit, so I look forward to doing those. All right, current energies, Pisces, Queen of Swords coming through. So it seems like there's something that you're getting clear about or will be expressing here. Let's see what else is going on. The Moon. You may be feeling like something's hidden or something you want to express or some feelings that you want to transpond is the word. Okay, let's dive in a bit deeper. 4 of Cups. Ace of Wands. So the first subliminal coming through that will be released in the next 24 hours, and there will be a bunch that will be released in the next week, guys. But the first one is money activation, okay? So if you're finding your relationship with money is a bit funky right now, it's good to get into that, listen to it. It's a nighttime mode one. All right, Ace of Wands, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Nice. We've got the Ace of Cups. We'll take the Ace of Cups. Ace of Wands. Good energy here, guys. What else have we got? Some plans happening with the 2 of Wands energy. Okay, let's have a peek underneath. Queen of Wands. So something's gearing up. All right, let's dive in. I feel like there's going to be some truths or something that becomes really clear that perhaps hasn't been clear. I think in some ways, in some area of your life, you've really had enough. That's what this Queen of Swords energy is vibing today. You've had enough. You want to know something here. You want to be clear on it. You don't want to be confused anymore. It's like, I want to get the clarity on it. Something's happening and something's shifting here, okay? Maybe there's things you've been keeping to yourself around how you feel about something. Maybe, yeah, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. There's something being held back, something not being shared. And I don't know what you end up doing. Maybe you end up talking about it. Maybe whatever step you take gives it no more power or doesn't have power over you, and it shifts the energy. Sometimes if we don't share things, it can bottle up, or by just talking about it or venting with someone or writing it out or doing a voice memo, like there can be something that can support you, right, in releasing it. And I feel that's what's happening here. And that's going to really help you get to the next line, get to that next stage, get you to the next phase of something. And it feels good. It feels good. It feels supportive. The 4 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the 10 of Wands. I'm still getting here that there's something you want to do, Pisces, something that you want to achieve, but you're just not vibing, and it keeps coming through here. And maybe that's what you're trying to connect into, but maybe you've gotten some clarity, but the energy towards it right now is just not enough, but it comes. And I like that. And I think this is going to help you get through the heaviness, get through the overwhelm, get through the challenges that you could be experiencing right now. Because I can feel a little bit of heaviness or a little bit of stress on your plate. But I am getting here that the energy could be a bit up and down right now. It is going to alleviate. I really feel this is going to alleviate. I really feel things are moving forward in some way. They're not standing still. I know that, but I think your energy is what needs to catch up, or your energy needs to connect into something that kind of submits and supports this Ace of Wands energy. And when I say submit, it's like letting go and allowing yourself to feel into something. I just feel you're not vibing on something, and I'm not sure exactly what that is for you. Some area of your life, some situation, something around work, something here. And maybe you don't have the answer. Maybe you're feeling a bit numb to it, or just simply not excited about it. But the excitement and the charge and this new energy arrives. It's like, boom, that's it. That's the idea. That's that thing. That's where I want to go. That's where it feels good. I'm going to go with that. And I feel like that's what you do. And it allows you to kind of just put down a bit of those burdens. You may still end up feeling a bit of the pressure, because what I do like, as I said, it's alleviating. 10 of Wands to the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands means that there's still this persistent energy. There's still this strength that you have to keep moving forward. You know that this is not a time to give up, but you needed some pause. You needed to reconnect because something felt unaligned. And I feel that's what you're doing. And then you come in with this Ace of Cups energy. So you've got the excitement when it comes to something sparking you up energetically. And then you've got the Ace of Cups, which is then sparking you up and gifting you something emotionally. Those two combined is just wow, right? So something's getting your attention. Something is feeling good. Something is feeling light. Something is feeling super energized here. And then with that, what do? You start making some plans. You can see this future. You can see what this potential can be. You're feeling into it. You're tapping into it. And I like it. And this Queen of Wands energy, the Devil energy, and the Queen of Cups, this is powerful. This tells me that you are relentless in whatever it is that you want, but maybe you've just needed that space without realizing, needed that little space to charge up. Maybe that you needed that little space to really assess your life, the situation that you're in, and what it is that you want to grab onto, that you want to hold onto, because where you've been or what you've been doing just hasn't been satisfying. And I like this because the values that you have, this energy that you have, this drive and motivation, it's going to kick off onto another level, or that's what I think is the identifier for you if I'm heading in the right direction. And as I said, with this Queen of Cups, this is your intuition. This is your emotional intelligence. This is you just... Maybe some of you are going more into healing work. Maybe some of you are going to help and support more people, and that's what you're really devoted to. There's something there that just captures you. You want to do, you want to get into, you want to be a part of. And the Six of Pentacles is also part of that, giving. You want to give to situations, to people, because you also feel rewarded when you potentially help others, right? Interesting, the Seven of the Swords on the bottom and the Chariot. So I feel you may need to revisit your strategy right now with this Seven of Swords, or look at a potential strategy here to move forward, okay? Don't deny yourself, Pisces, where you're getting niggles, because I think there's something important about that. All right, let's dive in a little bit more on what's underneath and influencing this and what you may need to know about that, okay? The energy's feeling pretty motivated, to be real with how it's coming through. What's underneath here that we need to know influencing this situation? Oh, well. Empress. So something's arriving, something's birthing, and something is still navigating. The Empress and the Two of Pentacles. One more. What do we got? Justice energy. I like it. So something's balancing out here. I think, as I've said before, the key part to this, though, is what do I want? What do I want to do? Where do I want to invest in my energy? Can I work on more than one thing right now? Can I give to multiple things? Balance is different for everybody. You know, what supports your life and feels good is going to be different to you and I, or to you and your best friend, or to you and maybe even your partner. But getting into alignment on your values and what it is and what it looks like, that's a different thing. It just seems here that some of you may be working maybe multiple jobs. Some of you may be, you know, trying to manage career, finances, home life, and that's what you're looking out for. But it could also be the energy and the time and the effort that you put into something. You know that with that time and energy that you value, I think a key part here too is, again, there's something about it working in your favor. There's something here about it aligning. There's something here about too the truth of the situation, and I feel like that's what you're coming into. You're coming into that in your life right now. There's something new on the horizon. You've got the Ace of Wands, you've got the Ace of Cups, you've got the Empress energy, and you're getting to the other side of this. There's new plans here. There's new destinations. There's new energy portals. That's what this feels like. There's a new path here for you, Pisces. I still feel it's growing, it's germinating, it's seeded, it's sprouting. It's not in full force yet, okay? But it doesn't mean that you're not heading in the right direction. But I think that's what, for you, it's like, that's what you want to feel, you're heading in the right direction, but something may not feel it right now, but it's coming. It's coming. Let's have a look at where this is all going in terms of the potential outcome here. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles. I think there's going to be some conversation that's going to really help you get somewhere, okay? And Five of Wands. I will clarify that in a sec. Whoopsie. Underneath, King of Wands. Okay, so in saying this, Pisces, I really think you're looking at how to transform something. What this something is relates to your Five of Pentacles. Again, the word coming through very strongly is about satisfaction. And being satisfied is a huge part of law of attraction, of abundance, of manifestation, if I didn't say that already. So that's significant. And I think here, again, something feels like it's missing for you. You've got three aces. Something's going to become very clear if it hasn't already. Okay? Maybe at some point too, you did have clarity and then you got a bit muddled again. You know, maybe you thought you were heading in a certain direction and it got a bit muddled. Maybe, you know, what you thought something was going to be didn't turn out. But maybe you had a good run at one point and you felt like you achieved something and then it just went a bit, not dead, but the energy's just not there anymore. So you're looking for that something new, that something extra, that some new spark. And I'm seeing that the more... You know what, sometimes too, for some of you, and a couple of you that I do sessions with or, you know, connect to, and there's a very strong message here. And this can relate to all of you in its own way. But sometimes that leap, that clarity that you once had on a situation that you went towards and it felt right. You felt like that's where you're meant to be. That's where you're meant to be led. And you got some wins. You felt good about it. And then you lost that energy in some way, or it just didn't satisfy you anymore. I want to tell you that's actually a pivotal moment for you if you've done that, if you've taken that chance on something. And yep, maybe it isn't working out the way that you wanted. Maybe it isn't giving you the energy, the supply of greatness that you thought it would be. But you know what? If you didn't take that chance, you wouldn't be in this next phase that you need to be, because you would have been distracted back where you were, but you're not. You took this leap is a significant step or piece of the puzzle, piece of the process, the path to where you're going. It's the journey. And that's what I feel is really evident here, because where there's things lacking, It's allowing you to align. It's allowing you to get real here with, I gave it a try. And you know what? Maybe you should give yourself some credit here that you did something. You made a change. You got clear on it. It made sense to you and you went for it. But you're allowed to do these things, to experience these things. Think of what you've learned. You've learned maybe what you don't like or what doesn't excite you, but you gave it a try or you gave it a go. And it's doing is helping you realign and get even further clear. There's something specific about this event or this situation for some of you that where it may have gone wrong or has not worked out initially, it's setting you on course to what is. But if you didn't do this part first, that's a key part of this, right? I hope that makes sense. But because whatever's coming through, there's some communication, some connection point here that things are going to get you moving. Things are going to get you moving from what's not satisfying you. Okay. You're going to be able now to walk away or shift through or move past and make these changes to a place that you can start working again and leading again and challenging situations in a supportive way of where you want to build and grow. So I feel like this situation, project, person, whatever this may identify for you as, it's allowing you to recalibrate and reconnect to build. The thing is, though, there's still going to be maybe a little bit of muddling up or a little bit of conflict could be within yourself on what you need to do to make this happen. But what I'm sensing here, King of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, is that you got to take control and look at the big picture here. I know sometimes we're making decisions for now, especially if you need money for now, or you're trying to please someone for now, or this is what you need to do for now, and that's okay. But a big part of this is taking bold steps and bold moves and not being afraid to build on things that you already know. The Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, is about connection, is about leading as well, okay? It's about maybe you're leading something here. You're taking charge of whatever these pentacles are. You're handling it. But then you're moving to the Four of Pentacles. So maybe there is a part of you're worried about money, or you're worried about the stability of money, or you're worried, or you're just, you know what, I'm going to build on this. I'm going to go all in and I'm going to build on this because this is what I want to build. This is what I want to protect. And this is where I see a future. And sometimes when I look at this, I think of the Two of Cups, but sources of each cup. And I know I'm talking cups to pentacles, but that's what it feels like to me, that there's different energies are coming together to build upon something where people are meeting you to grow, to build. There's a stability here in its own way, okay? But sometimes you've got to hold on certain things that you've learned or certain things that you know that you do that really help something to grow. Sometimes you need to put money in the piggy bank. Sometimes, you need to spend money to help grow further. But there's something about, I'm seeing a union and growth here and building and achieving something. But maybe too, the people that you're doing it with or you leading this, you're just very determined and fixated on that thing. But what I do like here is this bold step to do what you got to do. I just think for a lot of you, if finances are the significant piece to this puzzle right now, I get it, but I feel there's a little bit of a side flag warning. Don't cut yourself too short. A part of knowing your worth and what you value, maybe it's things that on what you charge, or maybe there's an offer, an opportunity or contract or on, what you want to be paid. There's something here about not cutting yourself short, but also not necessarily to making about the money. And I know that sounds like a double, like talking out both sides of my mouth, but the way it's coming across here for some of you, don't build a foundation based on the money, but you definitely need that as a big part of the consideration process. So, sometimes there could be two jobs. There's one type of work that you really want to do that just gets you so excited, that gets you so motivated. It's just like, you can wake up in the morning and do that thing, and it just makes you thrive and feel amazing. You're making a difference. And then there's another type of work that the money might be, maybe 20% better, 30% better, but you also know that you just don't want to do that freaking role. It doesn't excite you. You probably could do it for a month, and then you're going to wake up one morning and just go, what the F am I doing? The money's just not really satisfying me. It helped me for the interim, but now I'm back in the same place. Now I'm being in a place that I don't want to be. Two different energies, right? And I think there's something about that, even in relationship dynamics. You can choose a partner, okay, that might have all the money in the world, but if they're a jerk or unkind, or like, how far does that take you? There's something about the satisfaction piece here, the excitement, but the feeling, the emotional connection. And whatever this conversation is helping you realize where something isn't emotionally satisfying, you're going in a different direction. And that's where you're going to choose to build. So I just feel there's a little flag here for someone. I am going to get a little bit more on what this Five of Wands is about. But what I'm sensing here is be okay to ask for more if there's a situation around money. And what I mean by that, if there's something that you really want to do, that you really love, don't be afraid to ask for that pay rise. Don't be afraid to ask for more money or put yourself in a higher status. You're allowed to have those things. It doesn't mean, there's a difference between doing something just for money and doing something because there's meaning and impact behind it and the money supports it. Money is an evolving energy and goes round. But if a relationship or a dynamic is just built on money and not value, eventually, it does its own thing, and usually is the problem in the what breaks it down in the end. Let's get a little bit more on this Five of Wands. What do we need to know? Strength energy. Okay. So there can be some conflicting energy as you start building on something here, Pisces, but you're also being asked to have confidence in your decision making and leading something here. Okay. You're an authority in your own right. So be okay to own that part of you. Your confidence is going to be a key part to this next phase. And I feel you've got this. But it's also recognizing that sometimes we might, I don't know who this is for, because I know this might be specific, okay? But I got to tell you what's coming through. If you've started a side gig or started a new job or are entering a new role or want to do something new that you don't have maybe a wild range of experience, but you've been chosen, selected, or you feel that's what you're called to do, do not think because you haven't done that thing in full sight, in full force, and in full experience, that the person that you're going to talk about that situation is going to look down on you. Does that make sense? Like, let's say, put it this way. Maybe, I want to start a mindset group, okay? Or maybe I want to start helping people with their health because, you had health problems and you've learned a lot and you want to put it out there. Maybe you like creating art, but maybe you're not a qualified artist. Like, it doesn't matter. If you have skill and have passion and want to be able to teach that to somebody, and they're not going to look down on you thinking, oh, well, she doesn't have this or he doesn't have that. If you're going out into the world with confidence, being able to connect with people, teach people, and add value, there's not a difference other than how you portray yourself and how you show up for yourself. I really hope this is making sense, because for somebody here, and maybe there's a bunch of you, that you want to do something or pursue something and carry something forward and put out into the world, but you're devaluing yourself thinking, why would people listen to you? That is so not true. If you go out with confidence and you trust that you can find solutions or challenges that may come up, what you're going to do is learn, you're going to grow. But if you care about the people that you're working with, you care about the work that you're doing, it's all figure outable. And that's what I feel is happening here. Someone is not putting themselves enough in the light of People naturally will look at you as a leader and an authority because that's the position you're placed in. That's the position that you're coming out into the world in. It's natural for people to look up to you because they believe that you know the answers. And if you don't know the answer, that's cool. You can find out, or you can get help, or you just let them know, I don't know. There's something here about it. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to just get a couple more here with this strength energy, because someone here has got something pretty significant to do. And I don't want you to underestimate yourself or undervalue yourself. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So something wants to grow here, okay, into a pretty strong situation. And then you got the Six of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, there is something that you may want to do. Again, Spirit's letting you know, have the confidence. Stop thinking too hard about the things that you need to do. Just start. You've got the plans in play. Things are an evolving situation. Having a plan in play is great, but it evolves, and it's okay to evolve. It's okay for things to change. You know who's going to know that? You. No one else. So if you're feeling challenged on what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, how to run something, just have a basic plan. Gosh, there's ChatGPT. Go figure it out. It'll tell you. Roll with that. If you need to change it and shift it up, maybe you change it and shift it up next time. Maybe you felt this time this worked really well, this didn't work really well. You get to do what you want to do. You get to change, you get to evolve, you get to explore, and that's the fun of it. So I feel like this is a big part. The more that you keep doing the work and putting the effort and energy in, this is going to grow into something pretty solid. Overnight, maybe not as much as you want, but it's something really solid that is going to show you strength, momentum, and stability, and something you can sustain. And it gives you this. It gives you this. It puts you in a place to be able to give, to be able to receive, to be able to do the work that you want to do, to be able to balance out your life and just feel damn good. And you're allowed to, Pisces. I know that's a lot of information. I hope there was some clear messages for some of you that needed it. Please let me know in the comments below. If I get to do a session for you in the coming week, I'm super excited. They'll be emailed out to you, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye, friend.